Celebrity.
Okay.
Welcome to the R&R Show.
Yes, well.
This is Ronnie.
And this is Rena. Yeah.
In case you didn't know, if you're tuning in for the first time, we talk about all things media and entertainment and whatever falls under that very broad umbrella.
Yeah, sometimes we may like stretch that a little bit. I don't know. Yeah. If this is your first time, go back and watch the other episodes and then get your friends to do the same. Like, let us know. We're doing something that people care about.
Give us attention.
Yeah.
Please.
Acknowledge us.
Validate me,
Validate,
please.
yeah, validate us.
So we recently did Nashville Comic-Con.
We did.
How was your Comic-Con experience, Ronnie?
I've been to several cons as a spectator, as a fan. This was my first time being involved with the con in some capacity, and I have to say I had a blast with it. It was lots of fun. I'll let you explain how that came to be because it was more your convention, and I was riding your coattails for a little bit.
It happened like a fever dream. It was really weird. I got contacted and asked to judge the cosplay contest and then also be on a face-off live makeup challenge. And then in exchange, I got a booth at the con to meet people and sign autographs and things. And
in the celebrity zone.
In the celebrity zone. We spent the day in the celebrity zone. And for the face-off makeup challenge, I needed a model who was going to be willing to let me do their makeup live, which was crazy because if you know me, I only do makeup on myself, and I don't know how to do it on other people, and I certainly don't know how to do it live in a timed contest. So,
if I may, I call bullcrap because not only did she do it, she did a great job at it. So she may not prefer to, but she can, and she did great.
Anyway, Ronnie was my model, so we worked the cons together. It was crazy. Like we found out the theme from the audience right that second, so there was no way to prepare. The theme ended up being Stephen King's It.
The modern version, the newer.
Mm-hmm. And then I had 30 minutes to do it, most of which was just spent covering up eyebrows.
We have some prominent eyebrows apparently.
And then we, 30 minutes in, got the twist. And the twist was, since we were in Music City, to incorporate music. And at that point, I was pretty much done with the look. And then I had to figure out how to go back and incorporate music. And, they called time and the models. It was me and another artist. And the models went and walked around and showed the audience, and then the audience was going to kind of cheer for whoever they thought was best. And the other model, I think maybe is not a performer, but walked around, showed everyone the makeup. Probably the same thing that I personally would have done. Ronnie, on the other hand,
it's not my style.
After I covered his beard in blood, leapt off the stage into the audience.
It was a short stage. I mean, it wasn't,
It was very dramatic.
Yeah.
And you went and growled at everyone. Everyone got a good look. We got a great audience reaction. I thought we got a pretty big
We got a huge
cheer.
pop.
Yeah.
We got a huge pop. Don't let her downplay it. The crowd loved it.
No.
It's that type of crowd, but they loved it.
We unfortunately did not win, but we did have a lot of people come up afterwards and say that we were robbed.
Which, to be fair, the other artists,
she was
they
phenomenal.
did
Yeah.
great. She didn't have this to deal with, which probably helped. She had a lot more canvas to use and incorporate themes and stuff. And
I made it work for us.
You had to cover this beard, and unfortunately, they chose it and not the werewolf or something that we were hoping for.
She also came up with very professional looking stuff all laid out, and I walked up with an Amazon cardboard box with all my stuff.
And a cookie tin or something.
And a cookie tin full of brushes, because I don't have I'm not a professional makeup artist, so I don't have a professional kit, so I was just using what I had. And she had this nice, pretty metal case, it was gorgeous, and I was just I have an Amazon box of cotton balls.
But it was a lot of fun. Yeah, they all of them did a phenomenal job, and I had a blast. Again, just there as kind of a guest of yours.
It was a cool way to spend a day. I don't know if I'll it's not something I sought out to do or thought that I would be doing. I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but it was cool. It was a really fun experience.
It was an experience, and I got to fanboy out part of the day because we were in the celebrity zone and big wrestling fan. The boogeyman was like 2 booths down from me. I'm like
I
staring at
didn't
him all
know
day.
who it was, but he was
Full makeup.
very scary.
The boogeyman, and he was coming to get you. I'm texting my brother. We're both big fans. I'm like, you're not gonna believe this. I'm at Comic Con. I've got a booth, and he's 2 booths down from me. Like
Yeah,
my brother's like, what? That's cool.
I
That's
swear
so
he's
amazing.
like 7 feet tall. He's like choking out fans for pictures. Like he was.
It was so cool.
It was very scary.
Yeah. Well, I also then in full clown makeup went and I had to go seek out and meet and talk to one of the bigger draws there, in my opinion anyway. Big Walking Dead fan was Ross Marquand was there, plays Aaron on The Walking Dead and lots of other cool stuff. But when I went through the line and got up there to meet him and talk to him, he was just like, personally, I wanted to like go do that before the makeup. I didn't realize the makeup was gonna be like first thing. And,
Sorry.
No, it was great because like, like I was gonna take a photo and I wanted it to be me, but when I got up there, like before I could even like, oh, it's nice to meet you, he was like, oh man, look at this makeup. And he was just like, well, that is really cool. That's really great job, And like he was in all like, he couldn't believe my makeup. Like it was cool. So like and now I have a photo with him, and it's a conversation piece. Like not only did I get a picture with Ross Marquand, but it's like I'm full makeup and stuff.
Yeah,
it's just different than any other celebrity photo I have probably. So.
And it's cool to like, cause I mean, like having your artwork or something you've made in a picture like that, and for someone like him to like admire it, like it was such a weird, surreal fever dream that I did not expect to be doing. And then at the end of the day, I was judging the cosplay contest, which was like 80, 100 people. I don't even know. I lost count of just a ton of people in these gorgeous, phenomenal handmade costumes coming across the stage, and then having to like pick one that was the best. It was wild. It was a lot of pressure.
I'm sure it was nerve-wracking for you, but it was cool for me to
experience.
watch it take place because some of the detail in the costumes is
Phenomenal.
amazing. Yeah, but it was a great day. Got to meet some cool people. Just there was like-minded people there that was just there as fans and stuff. Got to talk to everybody and stuff. There was another celebrity there who was one of the celebrity host / judge, I guess, for the cosplay thing.
Oh yeah. He was the MC.
Yeah, and okay, the MC. So I'm going to tie that, but you didn't know I was going to do this. I'm going to tie that into today's topic. So as you know, I won the last episode's game at the end. Shocking. So I have decided to come today prepared to talk about some celebrity encounters I have had over the years. Now, first off, there are some rules, protocols, and stuff you should heed. Never mind celebrity. Don't interrupt anyone when they're eating, hanging out with their family, like in a moment where they don't want to be bothered or approached.
Can I throw something in there?
Absolutely.
So on a totally other so my dad is like the local meteorologist, like in his market. So growing up, people were constantly interrupting my family doing literally everything. Like we couldn't leave the house at like the end of his time in that market because people just wanted to interrupt. Like we couldn't eat dinner with him because like there were so many people in the restaurant who wanted to talk to him, and it's treat people how you want to be treated.
100%.
Read the room.
Read the room. There you go. Exactly. I've heard people talk about, I met so and so and he was kind of a jerk, and I'm like, really? I would have thought he would have been a nice guy or something. They're like, well, yeah, I was at such and such place eating breakfast, and I just went over and he's sitting there with his family or his friends or whatever. And I just wanted a picture. It wouldn't have took just a moment. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, so he was sitting there eating breakfast with friends or family, and like you tried to interrupt that? Like, I don't care that it just took a moment. Like his food's getting cold, or you're just maybe they're talking business, whatever it is. Like if you want that interaction that much, let him finish eating. Like, hang out over here, not stalkerish like, but just kind of wait for him to be finished. I'm sure most of these people were happy to take photos. Like, they're fans, their supporters is like, that's their lifeblood. So like, just do it right. And we're both actors, so like, there's obviously some set protocols. Like, you don't approach or don't interfere with an actor's actresses.
Basically, if they're famous on set, no, they're not. They're just like anybody else. Don't talk to them. Don't approach them. Like the big ones really have like handlers and stuff that will deter you. But that's also a really good way to get blacklisted really, really fast.
Well, you don't want to interrupt their process. I mean, especially like there could be a 3-week production. They're in character. They've done their work. They're ready to go. And then like the second day, some PA or somebody goes up and is like, "Oh, I'm a big fan." You distract them. Like nobody wants that.
The
So,
rule of thumb is that it's unprofessional to behave as a fan
Yes.
on a set.
Yes, you're there to do a job, whether you're a co-star or a crew, whatever. Just know your role. And a lot of these celebrities, once everything's wrapped, once the production is done, they're happy to talk to the crew and you know, like, so a lot of them will seek you out after it's over. Like, so just let that happen organically. Don't get yourself in trouble and kicked off a set, because you'll get kicked off that set and you may not work another set anywhere close. So anyway, there are protocols.
Also, if you do get to meet someone, NDAs, pay attention to your NDA.
yes, very much so. So anyway, that's enough of that. I'm gonna talk about just some good encounters I've had over the years, which I've been very fortunate. I don't think I've had any bad encounters where I'm like, that guy was a jerk or she was awful to deal with. Like, I've been very fortunate with that. So I told you I was going to tie this into the con we just did, the celebrity MC. A lot of people, especially if you're familiar with cosplay or the convention world, the TV show Comic Book Men, Ming Chen was there. I met him. We were both in attendance at Walker Stalker Con somewhere in the neighborhood about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Time escapes me with stuff, but
I feel like I think I was at that, and I want to say it was 2017.
that feels right. That
Okay.
feels right. I was walking around. You know, I'd done some photo ops with some celebrities and just meeting and greeting and just, you know, I'm just there as a fan. There's a ton of people in this convention, and all of a sudden I noticed he's walking at me. Like, he's not in a booth. He's not there as a celebrity. He's there he's got the same like guest badge. I think his was like a VIP badge and mine was just guest, but he was there as a guest. And I see him walking at me and I'm like, I know this guy. Like, and I kind of point and like, hey, nice seeing you. What's going on? And he was very like friendly. He shook my hand. We just talked like two people who were there for the same reason, to see all these people we admire and appreciate their work. And I had a shirt on for a project I was working on at the time, which was like really near and dear to me because it was the first project I ever worked on. And I was trying to like
we met on.
Exactly. And not while we were there at the same time, but I had a sign on my backpack, and I was wearing the T-shirt, and I had a sign on my backpack that said, you know, hey, ask me about this. We were trying to get word out about it, you know, promote it and stuff. And he took the time.
Go watch it.
He took the time, Remnant 13. He took the time to ask me about it and like listen to me go on for a minute, gushing over this project that he should know about. And he was very sincere. He seemed intrigued. He liked it. He wished me luck and all this good stuff. So much about he was so cool about it that I was hoping that we could somehow get him to like take a role in one of the episodes, which obviously didn't happen. He's very busy. It's probably a dream of mine.
Shoot your shot. You got to try.
You have to try. You know what? The worst thing to do is say no. But anyway, he's very busy. He was very cool. So that's on my list of a really cool encounter.
He was lovely. Meeting him I interacted with him briefly, but he was really sweet. Yeah.
Well, even at the
endearing.
recent con, like I went up to him again. You know, I'm in makeup, and I was like, hey, you know, if you remember me or not, I look a little different this time. But like we met years ago, and I showed him the photo we took, and he was like, oh yeah, cool. You know, and he was very cool with it. So, so some of the encounters I'm going to discuss today, that one was kind of an organic. Like we just happened to be in the same room, doing the same thing. Some other celebrities kind of at that convention or other Walker Stalker type conventions I've been to, which most of my conventions have been that because I'm a Walking Dead fan. And it's just stuff that's close to me to go to. I met a few stars from The Walking Dead that were just so awesome to just talk to. One of them approached me. I think she was around 12 at the time. My daughter with me, who was also a fan of The Walking Dead, and Chad Coleman, who played Tyrese. Like he sees me and my daughter, and he's just like, so hey, you know, how's it going? You know, he shook my hand. He goes, let me guess, you're about 12 or whatever. Like, and she was like, yeah, how'd you know? And he's like, I've got a daughter too. He was really cool. He was talking to her about how important school was, and like, you know, keeping her room clean, listening to her parents, and just like he was a parent, and he was just like giving her good fatherly advice that, you know, I'm like, see, yeah, you should listen to your dad, you know. But he was really cool and down to earth like that, and it was just, again, he did that. Like I didn't approach him or. Like, so that tells me like he's genuinely a good guy, at least in my eyes. You'll never convince me otherwise. Another guy there, kind of the same way. I'm not paying these people to talk to my daughter or anything, you know. R&R Singleton, who played T-Dog on The Walking Dead. We're walking by. It just happened to be my birthday, so I've got, you know, my whole family's there. And we're walking around, and you know, he says, hey, you know, how's it going? Kind of a downtime for him. They didn't have a line of people taking photos or nothing, so he's just kind of there. And I was like, hey, you know, how's it going? You know, nice. You know, I see, you know, enjoy your work on the show, whatever. And then I don't remember, one of my kids or something said something about it being my birthday. Or I think he asked what brought us to the convention. And one of the kids told me, he's like, wait, what? And like instantly he's like, come here. And he grabs his chair and he sets it in the middle of the floor and he has me hop up in it. And he's like, he said, hey, Nashville, and like screams across this whole big convention. And he goes, it's my friend Ronnie's birthday. So at the count of 3, let's all sing happy birthday. And like leads half the room in singing happy birthday to me. It was so cool, man. Like, again, like, it's one of the things like if someone approached you and said, hey, if you give him like $10 or something, he'll do this. Like, it's one of the things you probably do just for the experience, but this just happened. He was so cool. And after it was over, he shook my hand. I thanked him. Everybody's clapping and cheering, and going about their day. He like hugs my kids and, shook my hand and all this stuff. And my daughter was like, Dad, he gave the absolute best hug. And she's not a people person. Like, she's very not people-y.
I get it.
Yeah. And she was like, he gave the best hug. And it was so cool, Now, this next one, that same convention or another one like it, I did pay for this experience. Somewhat begrudgingly, because this guy was a big draw at the convention. So he required a decent amount of money to do the meet and greets and get to talk to him. And
$10,000.
Not quite $10,000.
Not quite.
So again, it's just me and my daughter at this time. We stood in line to meet Chandler Riggs, who plays Carl Grimes on The Walking Dead. She loves him. Like it's this time. It's like he's her favorite person in the world, probably over me even. So we're standing in line, and I'm like, I'm paying this kid how much money to take a picture with my daughter? Like,
how old was he at the time?
I mean, he wasn't much older than her. I mean, like early teens. He may have been 14, 15. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, he was, he's a kid, but he's a very popular kid. And like I said, I'm begrudgingly doing this, and she's like, it could be my early birthday present or something, whatever. So we stand in line, and the line's moving pretty quick. But in my mind, I'm just like, how much money did I just give him? Like, I'm paying this guy to take a photo with my daughter. What?
This 14-year-old kid.
And then we go through the line. He signs her photo. He takes a picture with her. And as we're walking off, she is crying the happiest tears I've ever seen anyone cry in my life. And at that moment, I would have paid $10,000 if I had to recreate that moment for her. That was a long time ago, and she still remembers it. Like it was worth every penny. So, I was begrudgingly doing it, but I'm so glad I did. Anyway, I'll get off my Walking Dead fan box here for a little bit.
Well, you know what you need to do if you want to recreate those happy tears.
Do it again?
Taylor Swift Eras Tour.
But that is about $10,000, right?
Probably.
Feels like it. She would definitely appreciate that, but I don't know if that's in the cards right now. Unless you want to take her. I'm just saying.
I'll see if I can pull some strings. I'll see if I can.
You're a celebrity, right?
Steal some things. Yeah.
You have any ends now?
Yeah, clearly.
I could have talked about my celebrity encounter the first time I ever met you. But, anyway. I didn't at the time. I didn't know you weren't a celebrity, right?
Sir, you did approach me like I was a celebrity, and I was like, why is he talking to me like this?
At that moment, I had never met an actress before.
You were in full zombie makeup, and you were talking to me like so delicately, and I was like, what is happening? This man thinks I'm so much more special than I am.
Totally. I thought like this is Hollywood's next leading lady.
Nope, clearly not. Here we are.
Anyway, so I've digressed a little bit here. We're having fun. I'll get back to my list. I've only got a few more I want to touch on. So previously I've made mention of the fact that I'm a big wrestling fan. So one year my brother and I went to, it was a National Guard Armory in my hometown of Tompkinsville, Kentucky. Probably wasn't 90 to 100 people there in attendance. And during intermission, you could meet, the top draw that night was Jerry the King Lawler, who's a WWE Hall of Famer. He's been in the wrestling world for, at this point, 50 years probably, maybe longer. I don't know, a long time. So we go through and we talk to him, get an autograph and all that stuff. And then later in the night, I don't remember if I went to the restroom or something. I was kind of standing outside the entranceway, like against this little small place, and he comes walking up and like talked to me. Like he just like, hey, how's it going? He said, I appreciate you being here tonight. And I'm like, what? No, I grew up here. Like I appreciate you being here. Like you've been all over the world. You've been in front of 70,000+ fans, and you're here in this little town of a couple, 2,000 or 3,000 people in front of like 90 people. I thank you. Don't thank me. And he introduced me to his girlfriend. We talked for, I don't know, it felt like 10, 15 minutes just about just everything. And he told me, he's like, you're right. I have been across the world. I've been in front of 70, 80, 100,000 people. I'm on TV every week. He said, I do that because it's my job. He said, I do these weekend shows in front of 80 to 100 people and stuff. He said, because I love this. This is what I do. He said, this is why I got into it. This is why I still do this to this day. And it was so cool. And I have no proof, but a year or so later, his autobiography comes out. And I'm a big wrestling fan, so I read all that stuff. And I'm reading it, and he's talking about how he just, basically the story he told me, how he enjoys still working the weekend shows in front of small crowds. And he referenced meeting some cool fans in Tompkinsville, Kentucky. He didn't know my name to give me credit, but in my heart of hearts, I know he was talking about me. At least,
he owes you royalties.
No, not even that. Not even that. Like
teasing.
me seeing that in there was just like I was blown away. Like I feel like my conversation with him, he was. That is why he does it. Is with the fan interaction.
Yeah.
So much in fact that he puts it in his book that's why he does what he does. He didn't have to be there. I don't know what he was making. Probably nothing compared to what he makes for his day job and stuff. But anyway, he was so cool. I've met other wrestlers. They're all cool, but he was so sincere and great. I loved it. I'll move on to my list now. Get off my wrestling kick, and go back to The Walking Dead. So, hey, look, I like what I like. Several years ago, Cooper Andrews, who plays Jerry on The Walking Dead, was the celebrity guest at Skeleton's Lair here where I live now. And they had it was a small group ticket package. Like, there was only so many tickets available because it was like a meet and greet with him, and you got to go through the haunted house, you got to do the haunted trail ride and all that stuff. And he did it with the group of, I don't remember, 20, 30 people, however many it was. Like, we all went through. He's just there because he's just a cool guy. And I mean, yes, he's getting paid because he's their celebrity guest, but he was really cool with it. We get back from the haunted stuff, and it was on a Sunday night during The Walking Dead airing on TV, and we actually got to watch that week's episode live on TV with him.
That's cool.
We sat around their little pavilion there on bales of straw and stuff, and we watched the episode. And then once it ended, we got to do a Q&A session with him. Now, he took pictures with people in the downtime and stuff like that, and signed autographs for anybody that wanted them and stuff. But we got to do a Q&A, and I had a couple questions I wanted to ask him and stuff, and I knew some of this stuff about him, but to hear him give his story of how he got started in the business, and he's like, started out doing indie projects, held boom pole, did PA, whatever. Like he was a crew guy who then got on The Walking Dead as a crew member, and then got to audition for the role of Jerry and got it. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there and hearing this, and I'm like, that's me. I work on indie projects. I do crew stuff. I
have held a boom pole.
I have held a boom pole, which I don't like doing, but I have done it. And then I want to transition to more on-camera stuff. So I'm hearing this, and I'm like, that's so cool. And so when I got to actually talk to him, I was like, dude, your story it resonated with me because I'm in that story right now. And he was like, he was like, hey, brother, keep dreaming. You can do it. And like, it's, just as long as you're having fun, keep doing what you're doing. And it's just, it was so cool. Yes, I paid for all that. But the experience, he wasn't there. He telling me all this because I gave him $20 or nothing. Just genuinely good guy. So, one more I'll touch on, and I'm sure people are wondering about my shirt.
Yeah, it feels out of character, and I'm uncomfortable.
Well, meow. I'm going to tell you about my last celebrity encounter.
Am I supposed to understand what's happening right now?
Right, meow? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. If you know, you know. So,
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the comedy group, The Broken Lizard. If you don't know who that is, they did movies like Super Troopers, Club Dread, Beer Fest, Slam and Salmon, Super Troopers 2. They've done other stuff, Years ago, they were doing a comedy show at Zany's in Nashville, which, oddly enough, you and I have worked a gig at Zany's in Nashville, which...
It's weird how this all just comes back to something we've done together in the last
really is.
8 years.
That night we got to work that gig at Zany's. It was like, it hit with me because of this moment I'm getting ready to describe. Bought a ticket. My brother and I went to see them on stage, just see their comedy show. Now, I was only familiar with their movies. So on the way down there, I'm like, what kind of comedy show are they going to do? Is it going to be any good? Like, I don't know their stand-up. I don't know what they're going to do. We get there. I wore this shirt because there's a line from Super Troopers about a mustache ride. This isn't a marketing ploy for them or nothing, but I wore this, and
they are not a sponsor.
I wore these cop-looking glasses because, the trooper aspect of the film. I get there, I'm sitting front row. My knees are on the stage, and like right away, first thing they ask for volunteers to get on stage, and I'm just like, I raised my hand. They called me up there and got to perform with them on stage in Zany's.
Is this that picture that I've seen, like in the Facebook memories, where you don't have a beard?
Yes. So
I don't even recognize you in that picture because
I don't recognize myself in that photo.
You.
I wore the cop glasses, and I'd grown out the cop mustache just for that show. So because it is, I'm a fan. So get up there, do all this. The night progresses. I go back to my seat. They do their show. It was amazing. I laughed so hard. Later in the night, they needed more volunteers. So I'm kind of like looking around. I'm trying to urge my brother to go do it, and he didn't do it. So like nobody was volunteering. So they actually called me back up on stage by name. So I go back over and I get to perform another little skit with them, and it was amazing. The show was over. Everybody's leaving, going home. It's kind of late at night. I went and bought a poster and a shirt from the little merch table and stuff like that because I'm a fan. And they're all just kind of hanging around and like talking to fans as they're leaving. Like they're out there at the door, like just thanking people for coming and this stuff, And so as I'm leaving, like they're like shaking my hand, hugging me, whatever, patting me on the back, and telling me like, "Hey man, after tonight you're like our 6th member," and all this stuff. It was really cool. We hung around and talked for probably 10, 15 minutes, took photos. We talked fantasy football. We talked their movies, like music. We were just talking like we're just boys, like we know each other forever. And then that night it was all 5 members, and then a couple years later, just 2 of them were on tour together, and they came back to Zany's. So I went again, and I wore the same shirt, same glasses, and they asked for volunteers, which I figured they would. So I was like, that first night I was kind of a little like that night I threw my hand up quick. I get on stage, and he looks at me and he goes, "We've met before," and I was like, "Yeah, the last time y'all were all here, I was up on stage." He goes, I remember you. And I was like, how cool is that? that validation, acknowledgement, like he remembered me. Now, Leslie just tells everyone he meets that. Like, I was like, that's cool. So again, performed on stage with him. It was hilarious. It was great. Those are probably my favorite encounters just because I actually got to perform on stage at Zany's of all places. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed me talking about this. I enjoyed it, living the moment. Just remember,
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Remember the protocols, and if you ever get a chance to meet someone, just remember like they're people. They want to be treated great like you would, and just enjoy it. Like
being a celebrity doesn't take away their personhood.
Exactly. It gives you no right to treat them bad because of it. But so anyway, unless you have anything else to add, I believe that's all I've got.
I don't, but one day I'll tell you about the time I met Nicole Kidman.
Wow. Okay.
TBD.
Okay. Hey, stay tuned.
I'm sorry. I saw Sean prepping the game, and I got really nervous at
the game.
Second half of this.
Is there any need to even play the game? Can we just say I won? Yeah.
What if we did? What if just like Ronnie's the perpetual winner? Because I can't. This is embarrassing.
We could just cut now and go on about our day.
Yeah, it's like Ronnie wins. Yay.
That's not true. You did win once. You did win once.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to play Unscramble. I'm going to give you a list of letters which you have to unscramble to make a word.
I'm scared.
Okay.
First person to guess a word wins a round.
Wins the round or the game?
Well, the game, sorry.
Okay. I'm just checking.
So is it one word?
Yeah, one word.
Oh, we just have to unscramble this one word.
And it's done. The game's over. It's one and done.
So it's just
Correct.
a random combination
Correct.
of letters.
Go back and forth. Lonnie can start since you started this episode.
Wait.
Okay.
I'm
What do I
scared.
do? Did I just pick a letter?
Well, no, I want to turn it around. And
Oh,
you say, I
okay.
got the word, it's scrambled
And then
up.
he's gonna guess.
He's going to guess what the word
Okay.
is.
Okay.
And then we'll say yes or no.
Okay.
Hearse.
Alpha.
Rambo.
Ready?
Negan. What in the world? That's a lot of letters.
I don't like it. My brain doesn't. No.
And I get to go first.
Yes.
I have no clue.
Oh my God. Is it just one word?
It's one word. So Jurassic Park don't work, and it's not right anyway because not all the letters are there. But that's a lot of
My heart.
a lot of letters, and you know what? I don't think there's a timer or a buzzer, but I'm going to go ahead and say I pass.
No.
Rena.
Oh my God.
Do we like? Are there going to be chances where you tell us like if we guess something or like are the letters in the right spot or no? Or the
No, this is no
No?
world.
okay.
Oh God.
Yeah, well, maybe at this point, just whoever guesses, looks at it and figures it out first.
What? Need a pencil and paper.
Yeah. I can't do
I
this.
think I have it, but if it's her turn. Well, it's her turn.
No, I mean,
but if I get it right, she's gonna think we cheated.
I don't know. Like
Promise you we've not cheated.
I can't do this.
Um,
Go ahead. I mean,
can I offer her a hint, or is that no? I don't want to like patronize you. But
Okay,
never
I mean,
mind. Never mind. I'll just.
Like my brain just Oh God, this is embarrassing.
I want to ask a question, but I don't. Again, I want to win. I just don't want to continue to dominate.
That's what I said. I think at this point, if you guys are going to figure out, you guys. Okay, I guess she could either choose to pass or try to make a guess. Then
Pass.
Is it projectors?
it is projectors.
I mean, there's one sitting here.
There is one sitting right there between you.
I promise that I'm going to continue to dominate the game. That was
Maybe
fun.
too easy.
Well, when you first turned it around, I was blown away. And then as I
I still think there's more letters
when I actually
there
started
than than there is in the word projectors.
when I actually started,
I swear there is. Like
okay, I don't know if this is the right way to play the game or not, but like I started looking for like shorter words. I saw pro, you know, and it's like,
I did
okay.
that, but I was hung on like rope.
Yeah, well, post. Like there were several
Yeah.
things in there, but the J was what
It was
really.
it was the double R's that I like.
Yeah, I kept looking for horror or like.
I really wanted it to be justice somehow. There weren't the right letters in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right.
Well.
So, I told you there's no need to play the game. We can
Yeah,
just, maybe we should do a whole episode where all we do is play games. And
No.
No. Man.
I really wish we could. I don't like this part of our format.
Well, you're probably really not gonna like this next part then,
Oh God.
because I've done the last two.
You have.
And it's kind of exhausting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like you think this looks easy, but it's not. It's exhausting. So I am going to pass the
That's
next
fair.
episode to you, so that I can sit here next time.
I can't complain because you did do 2 in a row.
2 in a row, and I don't 10 out of 10 do not recommend doing that. I just,
So okay, I will
so
prepare something for you.
there you go. Next time.
I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Oh, I didn't figure you were going to. I've done you that way 2 in a row now, so I'm like, yeah. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed the nonsense that is the R&R show. It's not nonsense. It's good stuff. Tell your friends.
We're going to get out of here. Tell everyone. If you have subjects that you would like to hear us talk about, please let us know. If you have suggestions, things you want to see.
Yes. Hit us up.
Send us a comment. Send us an email.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
We are approachable as long as we're not eating dinner. Yeah.
I've been told that I'm not, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's approach him. He'll get me the message. Anyway, let's get out of here.
If you don't approach me, I may approach you. I don't know if that sounded right or not. Anyway, bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in.
Cut.